Hey guys, so a lot of people are afraid of wisdom teeth removal. I got mine removed yesterday. First of all, I was conscious and they said that only, I think 5% of the people that they do the surgery on are actually willing to be conscious, and that most of them use an IV to put them to sleep, and I was like, why? Anyway, what they did was they put a couple needles in the roof of my mouth, a couple needles on this side and this side, and what I mean by that is they injected it with like number. Anyway, so then they did surgery on my mouth, or I guess you could call it surgery. They didn't really cut anything, they just kind of yanked my teeth, minus the bottom left tooth, which they cut in half before they removed it. Anyway, so they yanked the top two teeth, and I barely noticed them being removed. It was like nothing, because I couldn't even feel it at all. And then the bottom one, I definitely felt it was a little bit painful because, you know, the cutting it in half, and I guess because it was so deep that the number didn't quite reach it all the way. So it was a little bit painful, but it was nowhere near as painful as getting my crown in. So something that I was conscious for, like everyone's conscious for, was actually more painful to me than getting my wisdom teeth removed. So I was kind of like asking myself, why do people put themselves to sleep? You know? It seems kind of like a little bit overkill to me. Anyway, so I drove myself home and I was completely fine the whole time. The only thing that really sucked was the gauze. I kept putting the gauze in my mouth, and every single time I did, it was so sore and there's blood all over. It was just disgusting. But I woke up today and I'm just a little bit swollen on the left side because of the fact that I got both the bottom and the top taken out on this side, and I didn't have a bottom on this side, so I was good to go there. Anyway, the point of me making this video is just to let you guys know wisdom teeth removal isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. There are risks like having your jaw broken. It can happen, I guess. You can also get infections if you don't treat your mouth right after you get the surgery. There's days of healing. Apparently the worst day is ahead of me, which is the third day, as far as pain goes or swelling goes or something like that. But anyway, I was really afraid and opposed to getting wisdom teeth removed before, but then I started getting odors in the back of my mouth and I wasn't able to clean it the way I was supposed to. Like I just couldn't reach as easily, and one of my teeth was crooked and pushing on the rest of my mouth. And I was just like, you know what? The fact that my teeth can also get cavities on top of this, my wisdom teeth, which I am not even using because one side didn't have a bottom tooth, which means it's just totally pointless being there. And this tooth was crooked, so this one's also pointless being here, the top one. So I was just like, you know, I'm just going to remove them all. I have less risk of cavities. It's going to heal completely. Like the bone, because the teeth was taken out of, or one of the teeth was taken out of the bone, and there's just going to be this big gap in my jaw for a while. But after 6 months, you can't even notice that your tooth was removed. So anyway, if you guys are having problems with your wisdom teeth, I personally, I'm not a dentist, but I suggest getting them removed just for the sake of not having problems that are even worse in the future. And think about it, you don't even really need your wisdom teeth. But it's your choice. You know, if you want to keep your wisdom teeth, by all means. It's just later on in life you might find a dentist going, well, you have a cavity in your wisdom tooth, the tooth that you don't even use, so now we have to charge you extra money just to fix that tooth because you didn't remove it all that time ago. And it's like, it's beyond the most people's ability to clean it. So it's not like, you know, you have the option of just cleaning it and you'll be fine. People get cavities in there inevitably. At least for some. So yeah, that's all the information I have at the moment on my wisdom tooth removal. Stay tuned, it might get worse, who knows. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.